Very good evening, everybody. If you can hear me, yes, in the chat box, please. Everyone, if you can hear me well, yes, in the chat box, please. Thank you. So now today's class is after set number 1 has been written and submitted. Your set number 1 corrections will be sent out to you tomorrow after I make the discussion in class. So my whole idea was to only send it out after I make a discussion in class, because I want you to benefit when I send you the corrections. I want you to first show you the pattern and the system of our corrections and then send them to you. So I will discuss question number 1, which I have pretty much already discussed with you in the past class, because I gave you the planning method where I broke down the question with you and pretty much gave you the answer. But now I'll show you what an ideal answer looks like and what we want an ideal answer to be from our perspective. So let me start by reading the task. So first thing, it is clear that I will be asked to justify my actions. So would you go away and write a briefing note for me that addresses the question of whether Robobryce's dividends have been excessive or not? This is the first task. So excessive or not is the first task. 50% of your marks, 6-7 points is what we will need over here. Let's read the second task. Given the board's criticism, I suppose it might be possible that other people will try to judge me too. In preparation for that possibility, I would like you to recommend with reasons some key performance indicators other than dividends that Robobryce's stakeholders might use to evaluate my performance as Robobryce's CEO. See, the CEO is saying what key performance indicators the stakeholders can use to evaluate my performance other than dividends. So how can you evaluate the performance of a CEO? That is being asked. KPIs for this is being asked. This is 50% of your marks, which means another 6-7 points is what we would have needed over here. So now I have put on screen the answer of a student who is in this batch and who has been working with me from a very long time, which means he did the OCS with me, passed first attempt, MCS with me, passed first attempt, and now SCS with me, and I'm confident he will pass in the first attempt. But I'm not showing you this answer for any other reason other than you learning the writing pattern, the writing system. And rest assured, every single student's answer has been individually marked, checked, and corrected like this. But what I do in class and what I will be doing in class from now till the date of the exam is that I will open up the question. I will show you how to break down the question and give you new tips and new tricks in every single class related to mock question writing. And second, I will be showing you an answer of a student from this batch or another batch who I feel has done a good job. It will be random answers. And whichever answer I feel I should share, I should discuss in class, I will bring it up and I will discuss it in class with you to show you that, okay, this is the pattern or the system or the cut or the structure that we want. But when you receive corrections, you will receive your own corrections. So what happened is in class, I made the discussion. You will start to understand what we require from you. And when you finally receive your corrections and when you go through your corrections, you will realize that, okay, oh, this was discussed in class, or this aspect was discussed in class. This is where I have made a mistake. The corrections will start to make more sense to you. The corrections will be something that you will be able to relate to in a better way if naturally you have, which you'll naturally understand in a better way. So how is it going to work? I discussed it in class. Tomorrow you will receive an email. It will say set 1 corrections. And that email is very carefully formulated for you. So please read the email carefully. And in that email, I will tell you to do 3 things. The first thing is open up your corrected answer. So in that email, there will be probably 10-15 Word document attachments. All you have to do is find your name. It's going to be very simple. Find your name. It will be written, James is set 1, for example, or Oliver set 1. All you'll have to do, your name will be written. All you have to do is download your Word file. Please do not open it on a phone, on a mobile phone. You won't be able to see the highlights that we do. Open it on a computer, any computer, and you'll be able to see the highlights or the suggestions that we have put. So first thing, read the email. Second thing, find your corrected answer and open it up. Third, in that same email, I will tell you that, okay, open up John's answer, for example, because I know John has done a good job. So I will say, open up John's answer. So from the attachments, you should find John's answer and open it up. After opening up, naturally, you will read through it and you will see why we like their answer. And third, in that same email, I will tell you open up my model answers, which will be a PDF file. So in that PDF file, you will have the question and you will have my model answer, my take on that question, which will be like a skeleton giving you directions. So for one question that you do with me, you have 3 perspectives. Your personally corrected answer, a suggested answer, which is an answer of a student who has done a good job in this batch. And third, a model answer, which is my take on that particular question. So you get a full rounded approach on a particular question so that you learn the pattern, understand your mistakes, and don't repeat those errors or mistakes in the next mock questions that we do. Everybody's clear with this? Yes, in the chat box, please. Understood me? Yes, in the chat box, please, everyone. Thank you. So let's come back to the discussion of this answer now. See how this is written. See, when you open up your corrections, you will see 3 colors. Green is naturally good. Yellow is something that, yellow highlight is not 100% correct, which means it's right, but we'll highlight it in yellow and then we'll tell you what you could have done better. Third, you will see something in red. If you see red highlights, it means that it's wrong, incorrect, and it further means that you can do better, or it's something which is not related to the company or does not make sense in terms of the question. So whatever highlight we put, whether green, red, or yellow, we will tell you why it's in green, why it's in yellow, why it's in red. So the marking will be very, very indicative. Let's start. So he starts by giving analysis of dividend payout rates. First, in the financial year, our dividend was 22.7%. And from the board meetings, it seems that this level has been paid out for a number of years mentioned in the question. There are different factors that influence this dividend. So remember, they asked you whether dividends have been high or not. So he gave a subheading which says, factors that may suggest that current payouts are high. So supporting argument to dividends have been high. First, a company should only consider paying a dividend when there are no more projects available with a positive NPV. This is because investing in such projects will continue to maximize shareholder wealth. They reasoned that should an investor require a cash return, they could sell the shares to support this. Now, given that we operate in a very tech-focused industry, with significant growth in demand for our AMRs and AGVs. It may be assumed that investing available funds in research and development rather than paying out a dividend makes more sense. So yes, current dividends have been high. This is one well explained point. 5-6 lines, but it explains the point from the question's perspective, from Robobryce's perspective, doesn't leave any stone unturned. Yes, everybody, are you getting me? This is one well explained point. If you write only one line saying that, dividends have been excessive because blah, 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 finished, I can't give you the credit. See how well this is written and see how well it's related to my company. This amount of detail you will have to provide, but in your own style, in your own words. Because I'm showing you this answer doesn't mean that this is the best answer on planet Earth. No, this is the answer which I like. Anything that you have written which is related to the question, we will give you the marks and we'll 100% give you the credit. But I'm saying that if you write it this way, if you present it this way, it could be better and it will help you score higher marks. I'm sure everybody agrees that this is very clear, very simple, related to the question, and most importantly, related to Robobryce as well. Yes, in the chat box, please, everybody. Are you with me? Understanding the point? This is how mock question writing should be taken forward. Next, by paying a high proportion of our profits in dividends for a number of years, we are sending a signal to the stock market that suggests that this is the expected level of return. In the future, if you lower your dividends, then people will think something is wrong with this company. So second point is that yes, dividends have been excessive because of this reason. And then one more point is written, which I'm sure you will read through. I am here to show you how it should be presented, what a well explained point looks like, why your typing skills have to be superior, because otherwise you can't meet this requirement. Otherwise you can't write it to this level. So you give your subheadings, factors that may suggest current payouts are high. You write your 3 points under it, but 3 well explained points. After that, factors that may support current payouts being of a suitable level. So first subheading was dividends have been high. Second subheading is dividends are of a suitable level. So first argument being, looking at our financial statements of Pav Robot, who is our competitor, we can see that they are also paying out a similar level of dividend. So from this, it could be assumed that despite the need to invest in research and development that is still expected by our investors in our industry, this is the level of return that is required. If you don't give this much return, then maybe investors will invest in Pav Robot other than Robobryce, because certain investors want dividends. So that's one argument that yes, dividends are suitable. Second, as mentioned, one school of thought highlights that dividends should only be made if the company does not have positive NPV project. But while some feel that this is unlikely given the nature of our industry, in actual fact, we might not have any, in which case paying a large proportion of our profits in dividends and increasing our cash at hand bank balance a little so that we can take advantage of any opportunities which come in the future. So dividends have been suitable because my current bank balance is strong. And in spite of paying this dividend, I have cash on hand. So if any opportunities come, I will be able to take them up. So arguing that current dividend level is suitable. You write whatever you want, absolutely anything that you want, but relate it to the question, relate it to the theme of the question, relate it to Robobryce. Only then I can give you the marks. So write one more point and then comes your conclusion. So taking into consideration the apparent industry norm for such a level of payout and the potential negative impact that reducing the dividends will have, I feel that the amount paid is not excessive. So see how clear the conclusion is also. And the conclusion also has a reason. We may be able to further support this view and explain your decision further by demonstrating that investment in R&D currently is at a suitable level. So conclusion written, but it's supported. It's a supported conclusion. So we will give you the marks. So we will give you the credit. So I say good, because I don't have any chance to cut marks over here. Everybody agrees with me that it hits the brief completely. Yes, no in the chat box, please. So this is not to compare. Everybody makes mistakes. The student has been working with me since OCS level. So he knows what the requirement of the exam is and what we want as well. You will also get there. We have enough time. It's all about practice. It's all about learning. It's all about seeing that, okay, this time I made this mistake. This was discussed in class, but next time I don't want to repeat this same mistake at any cost. Task number 1, everybody's clear. Please tell me a yes in the chat box. And anybody who gives me the argument that I'm still doing my revision, that is why I couldn't complete this answer, I am absolutely not buying it. I chose a question that has nothing to do with E3, P3 and F3. It has to do with pure writing acumen, business acumen, typing skill. And this is something that the exam can test you on as well. Okay, task 1 done. Task 2 is key performance indicators. Now, key performance indicators, this part can be written in 2 ways. I will show you what the marking is. Just let me finish the discussion. So, key performance indicators can be written in 2 ways. The first way you can write it is by using the balanced scorecard approach, because the balanced scorecard is a performance appraisal technique, right? So you can use the balanced scorecard framework and tell me what the KPIs would be under each perspective. So financial perspective, these are the goals you can set or KPIs you can set. Customer perspective, these are the goals or KPIs you can set. That's one way of writing it, which this student has done. The other way of writing it is that you don't use the balanced scorecard and simply list down the different KPIs from different aspects. The question was, give me KPIs. The question was not explain balanced scorecard. So it doesn't matter if you use the balanced scorecard or not, as long as you meet the requirement of the question, nobody can stop you from getting the marks. So if you've just listed down different KPIs with reasons, we will give you the marks. If you use balanced scorecard, we will give you the marks. I don't care as long as you meet the requirement of the question. Everybody's clear? Yes in the chat box, please. Everyone. So let's start. This student says that a number of ways the CEO performs can be managed or can be looked at by the balanced scorecard method. So first he says financial perspective. So whilst the dividend payout may be one financial perspective, there are a number of other KPIs which can be used as well. So first one this student is talking about is, he has written it in paragraph format, which I don't like. So that is why what you'll see is I have done a space. I just did the space. Why? Because I want it to be easy, simple, and readable for the examiner. So it's right, but presentation also matters. So return on capital employed, for example, will demonstrate the value that is being generated from the capital invested. Our ROCE has become 14.6%, which is important, which is an important KPI, which can be looked at for judging the performance of the CEO. Okay, very good. Then customer perspective. Ultimately, we must maintain good relationship with customers and a good reputation within the warehouse industry to ensure that we continue to sell our products. KPIs developed, again, I will put a space over here. KPIs developed around customer feedback. So positive customer feedback, second KPI, can help to quantify our customers' opinions of us and monitor whether we are improving our reputation and relationship with customers. So you are seeing how simple, easy this is, related to the question this is, and each KPI has been explained with reasons. That's what the question asked you. Next, we may also wish to look at the amount of complaints of health and safety incidents. So health and safety incidents, your third KPI, amount of mistakes for health and safety incidents. This can be another KPI. So our goal will obviously be to reduce both of these to as few as possible. Next, internal business perspective. We could also look at KPIs focused on assessing Robobryce's efficiencies in internal operations. So again, your KPIs here could be health and safety related, sustainability related, production and service efficiencies. So you can see the number of KPIs that are being given and each is explained. And this student has written the answer in 60 minutes only. Learning and growth perspective. You can have amount of money spent in research and development, number of new products developed, the average time spent for training of employees, any KPI that you want to write. You could have picked any 6 KPIs and written them. You could have used the balance scorecard and written them like this. Anyhow you want to write it, but it should be related to the theme of the question. That is the most important thing, and that is the most important area. And then you give your conclusion and end the answer. Everybody's clear with the second task? Yes, in the chat box, please. Okay. So every student's answer is marked like this. We will tell you in section 1, this student scored a 13 out of 16. In section 2, again, because of the presentation and because of some clarity mistakes, we have given again 13. So total of 26 out of 33, which is a great score. And in my exams, as long as you are scoring 20 and above out of 33, it will be a pass. And if you are passing consistently on my exams, then you are meeting the threshold for this exam. Don't worry for the final exam. Your goal has to be that in my exams, you reach 20 and above as a starter. The higher you go, the better. But 20 and above will be a pass in my exam, and every student's answer will be marked like this. Obviously, if there are more corrections, we'll do the corrections for you. So I will not say that there is any average range of words or lines that you should write. I will say points. If you give me 6 KPIs, well explained, 4, 5, 6 lines for each KPI, four lines minimum for each KPI, well explained, we'll give you the credit. Everybody with me? Yes, in the chat box, please. Question number 1, very carefully understood. Again, now after I have done this discussion, just think when you get your answers, model answers and corrected answers, you will be able to understand it in a much, much better way. That is the whole idea for me to give you, or that is the whole idea for me to do this discussion first and then send the answers. Okay, next instruction now. So on your screen, you see the SCS full course dashboard. You are going to be given set number 2 and set number 3, which are both 1 hour timed mock exams. How will you access them? You see this Fin community, everybody? This Fin community will go down. And tomorrow on your SCS full course and SCS on demand course dashboard, this Fin community will go down. And just over here, the FinMox platform will be made available. The FinMox platform will come up over here. Fin community will go down and you will see FinMox platform on the right hand side. It's a new platform, so there will be two options over there: register and login. It's a new platform, so everybody for the first time will have to click on register. Create a username, create a password, and remember it. Second time onwards, you will only have to hit the login button, which is over here. But the dashboard is where you access it from. So Fin community goes down, FinMox comes up, explanations will be laid out over there. It's very simple, very easy. You don't have to worry. You register for the first time. Once you are logged in, you will see set 2 and set 3 over there. Set 2 is a 1-hour exam. It's timed. So do not click on it just to see the question, because it can only be clicked on once. So if you're planning to look at the question, then stop the exam, then start the exam again, it will not happen. Click on it only once when you are ready. You will not be able to take the exam again. I'm being very clear. It's exactly like the exam. I want it to be absolutely objective, like the exam. So click on set 2 when you are ready. 1 hour, it will be automatically submitted to us. Same, there is set 3, 1 hour, automatically submitted to us. By the end of Sunday, listen to me carefully. By the end of Sunday, I want both set 2 and set 3 to be submitted. And this is absolutely nothing. I'm asking you 1 hour. Set 2 is 1 hour, set 3 is 1 hour. But don't be in a hurry to write the mocks. First, carefully go through your corrections when you receive them tomorrow. Then wherever you are in terms of your revision, continue that. If you feel that your typing is slow, work on your typing practice. If you feel your pre-scene knowledge is not good, work on it. If you want to revise just before taking the mocks, revise the I can statements. And then take set number 2. My suggestion is Saturday. And set number 3 on Sunday. Leave a gap between them so you are fresh. And after this experience of set number 2, you can learn. And then after a gap, take set number 3. Everybody's clear with the instructions? Yes, in the chat box, please. Everyone. So tomorrow, recording of this class goes up side by side on your SCS dashboard. Right hand side, the FinMox platform will be available. Over there, set 2, set 3 will be available. Only click on it when you are ready. By the end of Sunday, they have to be submitted. And side by side, in an email, you will receive your corrected answers. Give me a final yes, everybody, that you've understood everything that I explained in class and my job is completed. Thank you. Everybody's given me a yes, which means everybody's understood me. Now ball is in your court. Once the marked scripts are ready, we are also human. Once they are ready, we will send them out to you. You already have lots of instructions and homework that you can work on in the background till you receive the answers. That's all from me for today's lesson. Thank you for being here. And study well. I want to see good improvement on set 2 and set 3, which will only be possible if you carefully first work on the corrections. Then take set 2, then take set 3, and I will speak to you in class next week. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you.